Welcome back, boys and girls. We are at 1st of March 1940, so it's been 3 months since I streamed last, and I'm about ready to kick off in the West. If I wanted to, I could pick around the Maginot in 17 days, but I do think I'm gonna delay it a little bit. What is the weather here? Weather is actually fine. Seems to be spring, no bad weather. It seems to be raining on my screen here, but I don't see any weather. Maybe that is in the air? Well, yeah, clear. It's clear air. So I guess the spring rains and the mud is gonna come right when I invade her. If this is the weather, I should probably go early. There's no real reason to wait to invade if we have summer weather everywhere already, 1st of March. I suspect the weather is gonna turn bad in 3 weeks. Anyways, so that's... okay, maybe I'll go. I suppose I show you... I have a full-size elite 7th Flieger division under Kurt Student. He was in Spain, and after the reorganization, he's still at experience level 17. The thing is, it seems like no matter what you do when you drop, even if you use the glider planes, which should give... well, it doesn't say anything about strength. I think I'm gonna order him to drop in a clear province, and it could be Liège here. Liège only has a level 2 fort. Is it Namur? Namur has a level 4 fort. Out of 5 max? Is 5 max in Black Ice? It is a clear hex. It is next to Brussels. And hopefully I'll lose less than 60%. Because then this expensively grinded experience gonna... I could pay for the equipment and re-equip it again. But I don't want to lose the elite status of that division from Spain. But if you're gonna use it, a one-shot blast with an elite division landing in the Moor would be kind of nice. And then I have a regiment here under Otto Scarzeni that I think I'll order to drop into Brussels. For me, at least, if I'm lucky and I find it unoccupied. Maybe if I can reach there with a spearhead early and kick out the defenders, but it's gonna take me a while to walk in with my panzers. You know, I can just drop in Scarzeni and occupy the hex. I find one of the hardest, most difficult parts of Black Ice is actually the Belgian hedgehog. No matter what you do, it tends to kind of bunch up in Antwerp and Brussels here, and it just gets a slog. You can encircle a dozen or 2 dozen divisions here, and it's just very expensive. It's very much preferable to keep the fighting on the border, and if you can cut off these city hexes. But how to do that? Yes, it's very difficult. So what I've done is I deployed Guderian with 13 light panzer divisions up here in the north. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but they are going to be streaming from the Dutch border these directions, right, to surround Antwerp and Brussels. I'm not gonna mess with Holland. I have a specific siege fighting the infantry army. Holland usually falls quite easily. They're not very good panzer divisions, but they're fast at least. They should be fast. Let me see if you just grab one by random. 837, 836, 845, 832. I wonder if I made a mistake. Yes, I did. I made a mistake of allowing to mix in slow French tanks. So what I should do, or what you should do at home, what I should have done earlier, is grab your light tank division and tell it that it's probably too late now. Like, we don't want to use French crappy tanks. Probably not want to use Polish crappy tanks because they're too slow. How about the T-26? Oh, it's slow as well. Now, how about the Vickers? I think the Vickers, no, they're 7 and 765, so they're slower than the German. Right, so this was a big mistake. I still have 21 days. Maybe the game, let me think. Maybe the game will clear out these tanks from the divisions now and put them back in the equipment pool. I am not 100%. It's not impossible that the game will do that for me. And if it does, I do have some... I don't think I allow Panzer 1Bs to be in this division. I know, right? Pretty detailed, isn't it? I think I'd rather have Panzer 1Bs into the divisions than the slower tanks. That's the only reason I can think of for my tank divisions being a bit slower. I guess it averages out the speed. 862. I bet this one doesn't have any foreign tanks. See? It only has German tanks. So, you know, silly me. 8.0. Why is this so slow? It has only German tanks. That is super weird. I don't understand. This one should be faster. All my German tanks are about 8.5 speed. Again. Alright, anyways, so I guess it's very hard to make everything perfect, but hopefully my light tanks divisions are as fast as possible. Then I created a second panzer formation under Kleist. Kleist is like an extremely good leader. He's got 6 attack and panzer and cavalry here. I guess I should make him a spearhead specialist. So you see, this leader wasn't there before the last update. Or the last time I played, Black Ice at least. And I also have my 2 light, let's call them motorized brigades. They are 8.7, really fast. And of course, I hope to use these guys to rush through Belgium. Behind the French line here. And hopefully cross the river. And maybe meet up with the paratroopers at Namur. But I have to say, it is really hard. And now I only have 3 medium tank divisions here. That's not enough. That's what I got now. Don't have the... Maybe I should give them speed as the first medal upgrade. It's only 1%. 845, 858, 865. Not quite sure why they differ so much in speed. They only have medium German tanks, Panzer A and Panzer D. It could be that they have more of one type and less of another, and they have a little bit different speed. It's not that substantial of a speed difference, but 845 is quite a lot slower. And that is because I think it's maybe the D is a little bit slower, and if you have more A tanks, you are a bit faster. Okay, so maybe I should have done the D version a tiny bit faster than this. Yeah, it is the medium tanks. It's funny though, you do have 8 A's. You got 8 A's. That's not enough to increase the average, I suppose. And by now I am producing tank-wise. I got 5 factories, new factories of STUG E's. The thing with the STUG E is that it costs 25 IC, and it's slower than the tank, the Panzer 4D tanks, but it has better armor and the same soft attack defense, but it costs 25 instead of 30 and a half. Is that, like, let's say it's almost 20% difference. So what I'm planning to do is put a battalion of these instead of anti-tank guns you put the battalion with. Sure, it's gonna make it fuel consuming, but it gives a bit of armor to an elite division, infantry division, and then you don't care about the speed. I made them as slow as possible. So that's, and I'm constructing armored recovery vehicles. I put them into my medium tank divisions for now, but I'm gonna put them into the light tank divisions as well. It increases the maintenance value and raises the average reliability of the entire division in the maintenance companies. So let me know, what is your favorite tactic, or not strategy, tactic of invading Benelux, Belgium in Black Ice? It is really hard, but I still think this is the best you can do. Rush into forest here and try to get as far. Yeah, I've done another thing here as well. Gonna answer that. I have my elite marine unit here under Sperle, who is a fortress buster and engineer, and I'm gonna use him to tie up the French forces in Metz. Yeah, it sucks attacking into Metz with its level 12 land fort. And it's across river as well, so it can't get much worse attacking these 6-7 divisions here. But if you do tie down this province here for a few days, the French have to walk around it if they want to get into Belgium, Benelux. And I believe it is more or less of a must to do that, because otherwise French troops will get into your way, and in Black Ice you can't just brush aside defenders. Combat is a bit slower, and they will slow you down. So maybe I should have a few more divisions. I think I do. I think I'm gonna grab 3 of these divisions and put them in with Sperle as well here. And I believe the rest might as well attack from Bitburg. Other than that, okay, I'll show you. This is new. I promoted 3 field marshals, among them von Rundstedt, with a decision for 25 command power, or PP. So I saved a lot of command power that way. I'm always strapped for all resources. And he's a funny guy here. He's got something called his organizer, so his planning speed is 10%, and his org loss when his reinforce rate is plus 2%, and he loses less org when below 25% org. I guess that's both in marching and in fighting. Okay, I like that. He's a thorough planner, max planning 7%. So he's really good at the start of an offensive, like now. But he's an expert delegator. He's got a general max army group size plus 2. As you can see, I can command 6, not 4 armies with him. Skilled staffer just means as a general, his max army size is plus 4. But actually, I really like that if you grind a very good field marshal long term, it's really nice to have a lot of armies under him. Now, I did not give him any... I don't know if I could have given him any general skill upgrades. It is what it is. Okay, so... And the rest is just German infantry. I'm at 2.2 million men now. It's a lot larger than many prefer to make their army. They prefer to have more tanks. I have 1,000 medium tanks in the field, but 2 divisions are still training in Poland. I have 2.6k light tanks. Oh, look. The French tanks are gone. Huh? But there's 1 British tank left. So did they remove them? already. I think so. Something happened here. I think when we changed the division template, the same instant the game pulled out all the light tanks, the foreign light tanks, put them in the stockpile, and now I'm lacking 42 tanks in the divisions that I can replace with the Panzer ones. I guess I'm gonna be a bit under strength when it comes to light tanks. Maybe I should start producing a few modern 19 Panzer II Fs. No, it doesn't matter. But being under strength makes you a little bit slower, so that was not entirely perfectly fine either. Naval-wise, I was a bit... I sent out submarines into the Denmark Strait, and I lost a lot of submarines. I only have 5 ocean-going heavy subs left, and some 17 or so, 18 coastal submarines. So I lost a lot of my crappy pre-war submarines just by being in the Denmark Strait. I got a feeling that the UK ASV Air Forces flying maybe from Shetland or from carriers was even more efficient than they usually are early war. I also found out another thing. I've had trouble with my naval production here. You see the Scharnhorst here is yellow, even though I'm not lacking anything. But then I realized, yes, I am lacking a capital shipyard production capacity. I should not have built 4 large cruisers. That was a mistake. It's just going to make my Scharnhorst come out a bit later. And I really don't have any use for them. They're just going to sit in port as coastal defense or something. So it's not a big deal, but it just tells you how inexperienced I am with the game, that I missed the... I guess we have 15 capital shipyard capacity. Or... Well, it says 15 here. But I don't know how much it cost each ship. Is it 15 each and I have 60 total? Or is it 15 total and each ship costs 3.75? Naval capital shipyard capacity. Anyways, next time I'll make a mental reference. I'll write down in my to-do document that you can only build the 2 default Scharnhorst, or you could disband them and skip them and instead build other capital ships, of course. But anyways, if you build the 2 default Scharnhorst class battleships, you probably can only build 3 other... No, it seems you can only have 4 capital ships in total at the same time. Until you capture France, of course, you're probably gonna get more. Is this 0 out of 4? No, that's the repair queue here. Yeah, sorry about that. I do have engine capacity, but I need to build more tank assembly plants if I want to produce more tanks, which I do want. But as you know, I also want rubber and fuel. I don't think I need more military factories right now. I'm kind of running out of manpower. That's probably not... I can also disband a couple of infantry divisions. So why are you building anti-air in Mecklenburg? Yeah, that's a good question. And why now? Yeah, it's probably stupid. But here, I'll show you why I'm building 2 anti-air in Mecklenburg. If you check the national focuses, you have one that gives... It's number 4. It gives 4 in Berlin, both west and east, and it gives 2 in Brandenburg, and it gives 2 in Mecklenburg. So I prefer to build... You do already have 2 in Brandenburg, and you get 2 extra, so you're up to the maximum 4. Berlin actually already have 2, so they're gonna get up above the maximum to 6. And I don't know if that makes a difference. I think maybe 4 maximum anti-air is the maximum protection, and having 6 doesn't make any difference. probably need to check that out. But if you build 2 in Mecklenburg, that I am doing now, they are cheaper in the beginning. If you get 2 for free and build number 3 and number 4, that's going to cost you a bit more. So it's better to build number 1 and number 2 first, then get number 3 and number 4 for free, because they would be a little bit more expensive to produce afterwards. It is a couple of thousands of civilian IC that you save this way. Although when I think about it, maybe I would be better served to pay that extra IC later on when I have it, because now I'm hard pressed to get maybe other things like tank production. Probably you lose a little bit of IC, but you get more momentum of having more tanks early. Because if you get stuck in Benelux and France, that's going to cost you a hell of a lot of manpower, and that's like the worst thing that can happen. Whereas some extra IC on anti-air that you build in 41, 42 is not the end of the world. So I'm being a bit too cheap, and I'm robbing myself by being too cheap here with IC, really. All right, I just wanted to, and there it's the same logic for the other AA flak defense focuses here, that if you get 2 for free in these provinces, Hessen, Franken, Thüringen, build 2 first and then pull the focus, so that you build the cheaper ones first and then you get the more expensive one later on free. Okay, I don't need to repeat that once again. Did I show you? All right, I lowered the amount of imports to 53. I think it was 58 in the last video, and exports are the same. So I'm slowly doing a little bit better of imports, with more rubber refineries and fuel refineries, and I do believe I have a juicy chemical industry. That's not it. Oh yeah, I want to do, this is one that I'm looking forward to. Chemical industry. I want to do, it's 1940 now, so I can get steel production, I can get, oh yes, this one gives more tank production capacity. I need to do this one. Obviously you need to do everything. And I can do the aluminium extraction here. Oh, it's this one. This one is 1941. The 7% more mineral resource extraction factor. But that's going to alleviate a hell of a lot. Right, this one. This one would be major. Steel production output +1. So that would lower imports quite a lot. What I'm saying is, if I had a focus this playthrough, it has not been industry. I've actually kind of converted a few extra research slots to military doctrines instead. I let military equipment, I haven't prioritized that. So instead I'm trying to make my current army on the map as efficient as possible. Am I fully researched? No, of course not. It's black ice. You have limitless with stuff to research. But at least you can prioritize a little bit. So I am probably being a little less than maximum efficiency when it comes to resource production. But I'm thinking that, hey, you import with civilian factories, right? Yeah. So what you're going to do with them? Yeah, you could build more. Build more what? Tank production, fuel, rubber. Yeah, sure. But let's import this time. Let's give the Russians some civilian industry for importing from them. And let's go and build up that 1940 invasion of France army as best as you can. And I think that is the right choice, actually. Don't, and shiny new toys like the 50mm anti-tank gun and yeah, they're gonna get online in numbers in 1941, 1942. That's, if you already won France by then, you're fine. So they can be delayed a bit. It's no hurry to get new equipment online. Air Force, I'm up to 2K fighters and 3,300 planes. I wonder if I will even be able to get green air in Belgium, even if I send in all my fighters, so drop paratroopers. So maybe my air airdropping operations are a moot discussion point anyways. But I think they haven't they nerfed France a tiny bit in this update, because it was a little bit too overpowered, too sluggish to get through into Paris. We will see about that. This turned out to be quite a long one, but anyways, there were a few things I wanted to tell you, and maybe we do some gameplay once the operation into Benelux starts, so we can talk and play at the same time. But this is an overview of my planning operation. So thanks for watching. See you next time.